Welcome to the DreamHack Pro Circuit, coming to you live from Valencia, Spain, where we are getting things just underway here, concluding with our first two series on the stream. But of course, we've got ourselves a B stream. There's a lot of action going on across the board in a lot of Rocket League. Hello, I am your host, Wade Dreadnought Penfold. Up with me at the desk, I've got Gibbs and Turtle. And guys, what are we thinking here so far after getting a little bit of action, getting some idea of the landscape?
It seems like so far the teams are maybe a little bit timid, but one thing, shout out to the fans, because we're actually kind of blocked off from them, but we are hearing them through these walls, and they are rowdy for a Friday.
Yeah, I love the chants that they're bringing, too. We saw the ones from Complexity, even for TSM as well. Just really loud and just great chants overall.
Yeah, you can tell we got a couple of OG Rocket League community members, it feels like, out in the crowd there. Really bringing out the cheers and bringing out the excitement. But we have a lot of action across the board here, as I've already talked about here. Taking a glance here in a couple of seconds at our groups, and is there anything that guys have noted result-wise, anything that seems really stand out as we take a glance?
So real quick, for these groups too, for the format, once you get 2 wins, you were in to day number 2, and then everything resets. If you lose twice, you were out as well. So far, we see Vitality and Complexity through with 2 O's, but Splice, a big game versus Ground Zero, they took them out 3-1 earlier today.
And that's the scariest thing. You see Vitality right there. They're so intimidating because at DreamHack Dallas, they came out and they were not great the first day, and they did not even make it all the way. And that is why at Worlds, they proved themselves so well. They played so great, and they won the whole thing. And then they come back here, and they're starting off so strong. So that's how you know they're a threat from day one.
Perfect 6-0. And Vitality always says it that the only one that can beat us is ourselves. And when they're playing at their best, it's very hard to beat. Right now, it looks like they're playing at their best once again.
Yeah, Vitality, it's such a beautiful tale, really, of, a lot of people know the story about great players individually, a lot of, surprising backgrounds existing between them when they come together. Does the super team really be that super? And it feels like we're existing in an era that it's like what everybody thought might exist is truly brewing on the back end for them.
Yeah, we'll have to see how day 2 and day 3 go, because every day is brand new. We saw that with Vitality through the first 2 days of the World Championship. It looked a little shaky, but day 3 Vitality showed up, and then it shows why they're the best.
And you saw how relieved Greasy was whenever I told him, he doesn't have to do anything. He just gets to go home and just relax.
And just drink a Coke and
take a snooze. Yeah, and his mindset, by the way, is probably one of the best I've seen. He's so carefree, and that's so important, especially here at these long days.
Yeah, it is important to balance that level of, seriousness and like this is going to matter, but also being like, we're here to perform at our best and relax. And we've already talked about some of the best performances at DreamHack are those who just are like, we're just here to play, man. We're just having a good time.
They traveled to Spain to play a video game,
right?
Like at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You're playing with like all your friends that you talk to online all the time, because these guys all play together all the time. So it's just everyone hanging out and just having a good time. And of course, you have to be somewhat serious because you're playing for a lot of prize money, but at the end of the day, it's all about fun.
It is all about the good times here. But now we got to send our scope here onto the series at hand. And as I already heard before the break, it is between PSG up against T.Trouble, which, it seems like has been a month ago, 2 months ago, I feel like heavily weighted in favor of PSG. But as time's gone on, maybe a little bit more competitive for T.Trouble.
Yeah, it seems like PSG was that third best team in Europe for a while. Through qualifiers, it was like they would always finish third. They would always finish right below Barcelona. Barcelona would lose to Vitality, but PSG was always number 3. But lately, times have been changing a little bit. We saw at DreamHack Dallas where PSG just fell apart on day 2. We didn't even get to see them play. They went 0-6. So we'll see. And then, of course, the World Championship, both teams fared okay, but they lost out to 2 North American teams each.
I mean, to me, it seems like PSG are just slowly falling more and more into the shadow of Europe. And we need to see some kind of explosive tournament where they show up and they make a huge statement, because they've been so quiet lately, especially on the European side.
To add that a little bit, would it be fair to almost compare them a little bit of EG-esque of North America, where it's sitting at that kind of, fourth-esque area, and then suddenly that slow decay into falling out?
So I feel like PSG has more respect than EG had, because I feel like they were always 4th best in NA for EG, but no one expected them to do that much, and they would finish top 6. But PSG, a lot of brackets for the World Championship had PSG making it to that grand finals. But once again, with Fruity, they have not finished top 4 yet. So they had a lot of success with Bluey. They obviously have a DreamHack title. They've made another grand finals, but lately, they haven't seen that same success.
And they just float among the top of Europe, but they never really outperform themselves and really go through the entire way in a tournament. And today, I want to see how they can come out strong. They're such an emotional team, especially.
And it's something that I want to add to that. The idea that with Fruity, they have not been able to achieve the same results. And I can't help but feel like you don't look at that roster and go, Fruity is the problem. I feel like Fruity's been an outstanding performer for them.
And I feel like that's been all of PSG, right? They all perform until it comes down to a LAN, and then something happens where they crumble right before making it to a top 4 finish. On the other side here, we have T.Trouble. Talked about it a lot at the World Championship, a lot of family backing behind this squad. They actually played their sub, Seeb, in the first round, so that was interesting to see. They won 3-1, obviously, and that's why they are here. But T.Trouble, they made some statements at the World Championship. I felt like their group stage was not as dominant as some of the other casters thought. I felt like I was taking a little bit of crazy pills, but they were getting outshot by pretty much every team there. So we'll see if they can turn that around, because they're not a high shooting percentage team, so they rely on a ton of shots to beat their opponents, and that didn't happen at the World Championship.
To me, T.Trouble seems very like high bondage together. They're so, great teammates, and the environment I think they create themselves, like you said, they have a lot of family backing. They have such great presence on the field, and a lot of that comes down to Tadpole. Every time they score a goal, he pops off. He's so encouraging to his teammates, and I think that's really going to prove how they perform here, and it's going to make them go far.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it's going to be interesting to watch where T.Trouble kind of sets their tone here for Valencia, but it is important to set it here against PSG. And with that, I got to go ahead and ask who you guys think is, in fact, going to walk away with this one. We'll start with Gibbs to kick this thing off.
So I actually didn't think about this pick yet because it's so close. I'm going to go PSG because I feel like PSG has shown more to me, and we didn't see them at DreamHack Dallas when they went 0-6 on day 2.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a little bit biased of like, I just didn't see those games, so I didn't see them at their worst. But I think PSG is a slightly better team.
I mean, here's the thing. At Worlds, PSG had such great pressure the entire time. They even played against, especially in that energy match at Worlds, I thought they had such high pressure. The only thing was that they couldn't come through and finish these shots. So if Farah comes in today, I think PSG are going to take it.
Yeah, I actually reside on the same side as both of you as well. It seems like PSG is the roster that I have the most faith. We have the most backing out of that. But again, things have been at least a bit more shaky as it currently stands, especially with, it seems like, a lot of fans and a lot of family, as we've already seen, coming behind T.Trouble.
Yeah, so we'll have to see, because at the World Championship, too, we saw PSG. They were down 2-0 to G2, getting absolutely slaughtered, but they made that comeback. They did lose in 5, but that could have changed everything, where they could have been the one team that made that grand finals run. So they were very close, and we saw PSG Energy was probably the best game we saw on day 2. So PSG has shown probably more highlights lately than T.Trouble.
Yeah, and I think PSG just need to learn how to close out matches. Farah, in my opinion, is the leader. He needs to come through today. And T.Trouble, they close out matches, but they're not too adaptive on the field. So if PSG can respond instantly if they're losing, I think it's going to be, going their way.
Yeah, see who can react on the fly the best here. And before we get the series started, though, we have to figure out who is going to be delivering all the action. It is going to be James Ba and the Chiefs. Guys, what are your thoughts here with PSG and T.Trouble?
I mean, you guys predicted all PSG, so obviously T.Trouble is going to win, right?
Yeah,
I think that's how it goes.
I'm definitely on the the T.Trouble train. Sorry, because T.Trouble has gotten the better of PSG the past couple of times they played. So yeah, PSG hasn't looked too hot every now and again, but I don't know. T.Trouble's got their number.
Yeah, no, this one's going to be a fun one. This is those teams that are kind of fighting to break into the top of Europe. So now's where they start to prove it.
Well, let's figure out who's going to stake their claim then, guys.
Thank you, Dreadnought. And the Chiefs, T.Trouble, PSG, you already gave us a little glimpse into your mind on this matchup. T.Trouble, a team that's still hunting for an organization to back them. So they have a lot of motivation to really perform on this stage.
Yeah, they've definitely been looking for a while, to say the least, because they have put a lot of work and time and money into getting out here and playing a lot of these events. So they definitely have much more to prove, I would say, to everybody than PSG. But PSG, at the same time, has been another team that, like they talked about a little bit on the desk, they're kind of those perennial underdogs despite hanging around the top of Europe all the time. So it's two teams really looking to continue to garner that top level of respect.
And I mean, you look at these two lineups, what names stand out to you, Chiefs?
Well, for me, definitely it's got to be Chaussette on PSG. He's blossomed very well over the past season, I would say. Much more than I could have hoped, considering what I've always wanted him to accomplish. And of course, they said it on the desk, Tadpole for Triple Trouble is always a guy to watch.
And we'll get our glance at him here. Kickoff in game one. Cassio to Ronicky. Ronicky towards net, a weak shot. Farah will knock it to the side. Fruity's waiting, pops it up for Chaussette. Chaussette, that one's going to be off the ceiling. Farah. His light touch met by Cassio. Fruity's going to put this off the backboard. Tadpole connects with it. Ronicky trying to get it over. Ball goes to Fruity towards net, blocked. Now Ronicky to Tadpole. Tadpole getting demoed by Chaussette. Ronicky, a weak hit. He's low on boost. Nothing in the corner. He's going to have to play defense here. Rough situation. Goes for the boost instead. Ball up the middle, and Fruity will knock in the first goal for PSG.
You were talking about low boost, and it was Tadpole in the net. He actually had a ton to work with, and all the time in the world to see what was coming. It was surprising to see him just hesitating so long to wait to go for that ball. I mean, we say all the time, you can't give any space at this level. And PSG took it and ran.
Well, you wonder if there was a communication lapse because we saw Ronicky on the wall. Generally, in that position, you do go for it. And now a chance on the other end. Immediate response. Tadpole off the pass from Cassio.
That's the best way to get it right back. Pressure being applied by Ronicky in the net, and Chaussette, now he can't reach it. Tadpole so quick to react, go get that one, get it right back, put it on even footing.
A good backboard pass. Chaussette, that tough read, he was not able to make it. Fruity off the backboard. Tadpole downfield. Farah racing to it. Chaussette going for the demo. Fruity. The shot towards net. He needed to get around it, maybe not having enough boost. Now Fruity again, leaving it for Chaussette. Chaussette off the corner.
Crossed up. They definitely had Triple Trouble locked down because they expected that first player to, coming from the right, take that shot, and they actually let Chaussette take it. He would love to have that one back, but Triple Trouble will dodge a bullet.
So some action early from both sides. Fruity popping it up. Ronicky hits it and leaves it. Chaussette keeping this in the corner. Tadpole getting bumped. A little bit of rule number one action there, but only for a brief moment. Chaussette with the challenge. Tadpole towards net. Fruity taking his time. Doesn't get the read. Farah has to streak to it. Hits it up the side. It's the block, but it's right to Tadpole. Up to Ronicky. Fruity cuts it off.
And actually, I'm really feeling PSG doing a great job not really letting Triple Trouble get much of a foothold in this game. They haven't been able to hang on to the ball on offense for very long in general. So great challenges from PSG overall.
Fruity able to get full boost. Go for a double tap here. Does get it down the sideline. He'll chase it. Finally leaving it for Chaussette. Chaussette bounces it to Cassio. Cassio up to Tadpole, but Tadpole has no boost. What's he going to do with it? Tries to drop it down. Fruity still in the middle. Chaussette finally with the clear for PSG.
Oh, and he took away that midfield boost as well. Might be able to box him in a little bit here, depending on how these next couple of challenges go.
Demo on both players. Chaussette getting his shot off, but then the bump on Tadpole. They still recover. Triple Trouble holding PSG at bay.
Chaussette just gave up the ball. Great cover up from Farah there. Actually got it right back to him. Second chance, and Cassio take that away off the wall.
Tadpole pinching it up to himself. Ronicky, again, low boost. Gonna chase it down after the clear, look for the boost steal, but he finds nothing, has to turn back. Cassio also low. Farah to Fruity. Fruity off the sidewall, back to the middle. Farah tried to dribble it past. Tadpole had it red.
Both players, same idea, different approaches, and they end up messing each other up. And Triple Trouble get a chance to go back down to the other side. But still, great challenges again. PSG, don't let them get too much for too long. Here's finally an opportunity.
And that was a golden chance for PSG. Now a chance on the other end. Chaussette couldn't get to it in time, but it was also out of Ronicky's reach. Cassio, the shot, going for the double tap. Chaussette does not let that happen. Rudy's going to leave this for Farah, but Ronicky takes the space. Rudy off the back wall to Cassio. Cassio up off the ceiling. Tadpole towards net. Chaussette with the block. Farah and Fruity both up. Farah gets it. Now Fruity off the corner to Chaussette. Chaussette's blocked immediately by Ronicky.
Casio probably expecting Farah to be quicker to that ball. Actually gave Farah an opportunity to recover. He missed his flip, and thankfully PSG hang on to the ball, and Ronicky running back has to buy a lot of time here, but a nice demo from Tadpole.
And that was wonderful speed from Fruity. Josette getting the full boost in the corner. The Tadpole coming in to help. Fruity half flipping back. Cuts off Farah. Ball stuck in the corner. A little bit of chaos there from PSG on the defensive side. They recover. Fruity. Low boost pass. It's up in the middle. And that one blocked. A scary moment.
Not done yet.
They're not out of it yet. Triple Trouble has to make the save. They do. Tadpole. And now Chaussette keeping it alive. Going for the second touch.
They have one more. There he is in the corner.
And
That's it.
Finally going to have that ball touch the ground. Overtime in game one.
Good try, PSG at 0 seconds. Well done, Triple Trouble, to hold them at bay. But you really need to see Triple Trouble get out here, get their teeth stuck into the ball, and hang on to it, because they really haven't got a lot going. And this one pings off the bar. Chaussette can't close it down.
Again, where the crossbar and the post meet. Chaussette hitting that 2 times so far this game.
13 shots for PSG. 1 goal.
Fruity trying to find Chaussette, but didn't hit it hard enough. Fruity again down to Farah. Farah, the shot handled by Ronicky. Not a great play from him, though. Chaussette's going to try to dribble it past. Double commit. And now Ronicky looking for the pass up. Casio left it. Tadpole with the demo. Gets the corner boost as well. Could be a chance. Tadpole getting beat to the ball. Now Fruity downfield.
And they really need to hang on to this. They've got some great pressure building slowly, but it's all about how much boost can you hang on to, and can you find some gaps. And unfortunately, they give up the ball there in the midfield. One of them rotating back, double tap, chance, and own goal. Unfortunate for Triple Trouble.
Chaussette going for the double tap. It was the threat of the double tap that forced this mistake. Ronicky knew he had to deny the angle.
Yeah.
It was a tough spot for him to be in. You see players make those reads, but he couldn't make it. Ends up hitting it into his own net. That's got to feel bad, especially in overtime.
Definitely a tough play to make, but definitely probably should have got it. And PSG, they walk away with what you feel they absolutely should have deserved, but you got to give credit to Triple Trouble. I mean, they made, what, 8?
Look at the shots.
A ton.
Chaussette had 10 shots.
And he only found the back of the net
I
once.
honestly don't remember the last time I saw a single player get 10 shots.
That's a great point. It really was just phenomenal pressure from PSG all game long.
Yeah, Chaussette had a few chances. That early goal, we saw a pair of early goals from both sides.
Yep.
And then PSG with the majority of the chances.
It really was just hanging on to the ball in the midfield. Triple Trouble every now and again. They'd get that clear over down to the other side, and then they would just run away because they didn't have a lot of boost. We were talking about it all game, continually in that low boost, and it forced them to rotate out, and finally it came down to that overtime goal, and just couldn't make that tough read off the wall. And PSG will finally close it down, but also, despite having so many shots, you got to wonder if that gives you a little bit of concern for PSG, because this is a problem we've harped on for a while now, is you can take all the shots you want, but you got to find the back of the net. So was it Triple Trouble's strong defense, or was it PSG not shooting quite as well as they had?
I think that match was a lot closer than the shot stat indicated. You know, there was only, what, 5 or 6 shots for Triple Trouble, not
Something
many.
like that, yeah.
And to like 15 from PSG, but that game's still relatively close. I think PSG had way more quality chances than Triple Trouble, but Triple Trouble had those threatening counterattacks. See how game 2 plays out. Game 1 on stage always can be a bit unique. Chaussette racing to it. The challenge, he'll leave it for Farah. Farah testing Tadpole. Now Tadpole off the pass from Casio, far side of the net. Fruity gets to it in time. Another shot weakly towards net. Fruity gets a piece of it. That's going to bounce to the middle. Chaussette's there, centers.
Oh, there was a bump.
And now another weak shot towards net. Had that had a little bit more power, you saw the bump right there on the goal line.
Yeah, Fruity was definitely, he just hit that ball off that corner and immediately went to go run into any person on Triple Trouble that he can find. Now here's a chance for a counter-attack from PSG. Double tap, not going to find it. Fair off the wall, shot set, comes up empty.
And Fruity then will keep possession shortly. Tries to skip the boost steal and back to the ball. Doesn't get it in time. But PSG with a boomer. Send it back down. Chaussette getting a small touch on that ball. Back out to the middle. Tadpole up to Cassio. Fruity with a clear towards net. Can anyone get back in time? Tadpole does.
Nice job from Tadpole. You always got to be ready to run back, and that's where you really see that risk-taking of top-level players. You know, it's your mastery of the mechanics determines how far forward you can play. It's a nice, clean half-lip recovery and all the way back.
Just knowing how far out of net you can be with still being able to get back in time. Tadpole trying to get a power shot. Didn't connect. Ronicky off the ceiling. Will send it to the PSG corner. Tadpole off the backboard. Chaussette with a little bit of a miss jump. And Fruity will send it down. A scary moment for PSG.
But still, really not a lot of pressure applied by T.Trouble because, again, they're expecting PSG to come up with that long clear, and they had already backed off. It's that respect that comes into play a lot of the times. And Tadpole had an open net, couldn't get it in between the posts.
And now Fruity over to Chaussette. Chaussette going to take his time. Pass to the middle, out of Farah's reach, but Farah still wins the 50-50, takes back over in the corner. Trying to bounce it through. T.Trouble almost yielding that goal there.
Oh, nice demo from Tadpole. Will give them another chance at it. But already I feel this is a much better game two from T.Trouble. They're at least getting out of their own half and getting some chances over on the other side of the pitch.
Still very close. Game one, we saw those pair of goals early. And then it all went all the way to overtime. Game two, still scoreless. We're over half the game gone. Fruity trying to kill that ball out in front of net. He'll have to retreat, nothing in the tank. Chaussette there, back to the T.Trouble corner. Cassio also on empty, picks up that small pad. Ball pinched towards net, bouncing down. Farah to the corner. Ronicky, the shot, that went off the crossbar just high. Chaussette trying to mind game it slow. Farah will have to double back.
This is really where you see the challenge game become so important. Masterful job from Farah in that corner, staying right behind the center of the ball, not letting it get away from him and out into the middle of the field. Great defense.
Now Tadpole with the dribble, picks up full boost, pass into the middle. This was going to go up high. Cassio with the shot, dropping it down and saved by Chaussette. Ronicky, second attempt, couldn't get to the ball. Tadpole, weak hit back, Farah to the middle. Shot from Cassio, saved from Chaussette. Saved again by Chaussette. A defensive stand, and he keeps PSG in this.
That's always been one of my favorite qualities of Chaussette since going back to Red Eye. You feel like you can never get by that guy on the goal line, and he shows you why right there. And T.Trouble not done.
Now, another scary moment. Farah barely nicking that ball. Tadpole. Now Fruity up to Chaussette. Chaussette touches it, messes up Ronicky's play. Farah now off the backboard. Chaussette kills it down in the middle, gets another touch. Ronicky caught out, and Farah will put it in.
You are absolutely right. Caught out is the right word. Rotating into the net. He can't touch it because he's going to put it into his own net, and that allows Farah to come back out of the corner and finally get that ball in between the posts. Accuracy problems for both teams this game, and Farah will collect.
And again, T.Trouble having chances. They just have not capitalized.
Not from lack of trying, mind you.
And now another chance. That one barely wide. Tadpole doesn't get to the ball in time. 2v1 situation. Cassio doing a good job to get to this one. We'll try to ground pinch it, but he'll leave it for Tadpole. Off the corner, Cassio. With that miss, we'll leave it for Chaussette. Chaussette dribbling it out. Gets it past one. Gets a dunk on another. Ball out into the middle. Farah not there in time. Tadpole challenged by Fruity. Ball still high. Ronicky has some space to work with off the ceiling. Down to Cassio. Cassio denied by Fruity. Fruity, what a save at the end to keep that scoreline for PSG.
I think what a save is the right term for PSG in that game number two. Just great presence from T.Trouble. That whole middle of that game was them just taking pot shots at the PSG net. They kept every one of them out. And well done on defense from them to keep it together, because T.Trouble, it's a team that once they get rolling, sometimes they're tough to stop.
Absolutely, but PSG, talking about stops. Let's talk about Chaussette, those back-to-back saves. And even here on the replay, we see him get a save there. More saves from Chaussette on the goal line. One save, gets another,
Bang,
immediately
bang.
jumping. Chaussette,
dude's a
masterful
monster.
defense.
An absolute monster in front of the net.
And then even that play.
The quick transition.
Yeah, the transition, getting there, getting those touches that completely throw that defense off from Triple Trouble. Chaussette being a thorn in the side of Triple Trouble.
You really did get to see why Chaussette, perhaps, I gave Farah a little bit more credit during league play for PSG's success, but it was during the regional championships where Chaussette really was like, this is why I'm on this team, and he started showing you what he was capable of on both sides of the ball, and you really got a good snapshot of that right there in that whole highlight package.
Absolutely. Chaussette, definitely a special player on the field. You expect great things from him. Great things usually on the offensive side. We saw him with the wave dash ceiling shot in the RLCS
That was
earlier.
juicy.
You know, he's got the mechanics to make your jaw drop. This time also pulling out the defensive plays. PSG just need one more. Chaussette dropping it down. Fruity not able to get there in time. Chaussette with the boost steal. Put it back off the corner. Ronicky up the sideline. Farah pops it up high. Cassio will have to make the play. Ronicky back to the corner. Tadpole gonna have his chance now. Off the ceiling, down,
clear.
dangerous ball. Chaussette not able to get the shot off.
Triple Trouble, finally, at least they stuck that ball in the corner and they kind of bring this ball closer to ground because they're struggling to hang on to the boost. PSG just being an absolute nightmare to handle in their own half right now. They can't find anything to put in the gas tank.
Now some passing coming out from Triple Trouble, but no one there to get that backward pass. Fruity going for a close double tap. Not much time for him to adjust. Couldn't make it happen. Now Fruity with the demo on Ronicky. Fruity on the respawn. Now Fruity again going for the double tap. Cassio down across field. Triple Trouble just giving PSG so much space.
It's just that, oh no. Okay, thankfully that just bounced out. That one slipped right by the Triple Trouble defense, but they're giving a lot of space because they constantly, the timing is just slightly off. They're hoping that boost has spawned in the midfield. It hasn't yet, so they're forced to go all the way back. And of course, as soon as you can pull off the boost, you go into your own corner. Well, there it is in the midfield. It's just slightly off as that one not able to get past Ronicky in the net.
Again, Chaussette the one putting the pressure on the Triple Trouble defense. And it seems like every time Triple Trouble puts a shot on net, there is someone from PSG just sitting in the middle of the net, ready and waiting.
Oh, wonderful clear, though. That should buy them a little bit of extra time here, especially since PSG didn't get a clean handle on that ball. So maybe Triple Trouble can make something of this.
Fruity, his shot, knocked aside by Tadpole. Another center ball, well played by Ronicky, but he'll be low on boost. Chaussette trying to get in the way. Farah upfield. Another touch from him. Cassio. Fruity with the stop. Chaussette quickly getting there in time. Off the ceiling. Fruity, the shot! Off the post and the crossbar. PSG has hit that 3 times now in this series.
Everybody in this series. There's been a couple open nets. Tadpole missed one last game as well, too.
I mean, hitting the post or the crossbar is one thing. Hitting them both, that's tough to do. Now Farah challenging Ronicky, but that pinches back towards PSG's half. Chaussette will leave it for Fruity. Fruity, the small windup, hits it right to Cassio. Cassio, weak shot to net. Tadpole attempting that center ball, but Ronicky couldn't get there in time. Cassio with the kill, gets another block, another attempt. Farah cuts it out. Fruity and Farah both up. Ronicky to the side. These games have been low scoring, neck and neck for a majority of the game. Tadpole centers to Cassio. This could be it. The shot off the crossbar, off the defender, and in. Cassio getting Triple Trouble on the board.
I'll get it set up right there from Fruity. You get tasked with buying time for PSG to make it back, and he gets a little much of that ball, but that's not the bigger problem. Triple Trouble followed up after that touch out to the side. They went for the demo, opened up a gap, free pass into the midfield. And just a strong shot. Tough to stop, and they couldn't get there.
Just what the doctor ordered for Triple Trouble. They've had chance after chance, been struggling to put him away. But that shot from Cassio, quality. Too much for PSG to handle. Now again on the attack, Ronicky flip, reset, doesn't connect with the ball. And he missed the corner boost. Farah is going to get that. Just set, racing back. A miss from him. Chance for Ronicky. Save from Fruity. Uncharacteristic from Chassette.
And well done from Fruity as well. That's a tough one to block as well when your teammate just gives the opposition a chance and you know you're in the one-on-one in a scary spot. And pass into the middle. Fruity right down the gut and Tadpole out to the side.
Triple Trouble hanging on. Chassette, second effort. Delays it, gets the pass off the backboard. Casio and Tadpole both go for it. Fruity towards net. PSG on the hunt right now, trying to tie this up to send it to overtime. Pass to Farah. Farah can't connect. Now up the sideline. Tadpole low on boost. Chassette. The wave dash getting around this ball. Bump attempt from Farah, or from Fruity on the goalie. And now Fruity.
Oh man, the physical play for PSG right now. They just don't want it. What? You're kidding, that's gonna go in.
And how does this happen? You can see the reaction from PSG, smiles across the board.
And that actually worked out because that little bump in the corner, it pushed Triple Trouble off the ball. And then that challenge, it goes perfectly.
That's when you spam calculated. If we had quick chat available,
no problem.
You would have seen some calculated. Catching, it looked like Casio mid-flip. Now final chance for Triple Trouble. Farah puts this towards net, and they'll just let it hit. Overtime again, game 3. PSG can move on to tomorrow with a win here.
There's such a big shift as well in that final 20 seconds or so from PSG. They really just got right in Triple Trouble's face and started pushing them off the ball, and it gave themselves a chance, and they got a goal out of it.
And that has to be a heartbreaking goal to let. Now Casio. Tadpole to the sideline. Fruity will take possession. Delayed flick, but he doesn't get connection on the ball. Chassette just going for the block. Fruity with a shot opportunity, puts it right at the goalie. Casio ready and waiting.
I really would have liked Fruity to take that ball on the dribble, really put that in the one-on-one instead of just taking a strong shot from pretty much midfield. There's a lot of space to cover between you and the defender there. Show off the brilliance that I know you're capable of.
Casio low on boost, passes to Ronicky. A sizzler blocked by Fruity. Ronicky again, going for the double tap off the crossbar. Again off the crossbar.
Oh, no.
Triple Trouble. What happened to all their luck? You just got to hope for something to go your way.
Well, they get another chance here. They're through the midfield.
Now a chance for, again, saved by Fruity, streaking across.
Not done. Ronicky's off the ceiling. He's got a flip.
And he uses it, and he beats the defender. Tadpole tucks it in. But Ronicky with the ceiling shot, the delayed flick, that completely catches Farah by surprise.
They will not be denied. You're beginning to wonder, oh no, here we go. This one's going to ping off another post or something, and PSG is going to get him on the counterattack, but it's okay. They got the job done, and a little wry smile.
I mean, if you're Triple Trouble, you're thinking, what do we have to do to get this win?
It was a nightmare.
We're winning until the final seconds, and then that 50-50 crazy goal ends up finding the back of the net, and then hitting crossbar back-to-back.
And they are getting a lot more pressure than they did in game number 1. They actually outshot PSG in this game. Triple Trouble are putting on the pressure, and they're feeling good. Moving on into game number 4, but it's a long road back. You put yourself in a hole 0-2 in the series. You got to continue to play solid stuff, and they can't keep hitting these crossbars, but that was a great pass
they
play.
even still hit the crossbar on that shot. It just hit a defender and went in. And then there was this play. Fruity with the 50-50. It also catches the defender mid-flip. You can see the smiles on their faces from that one. Knowing they got away with murder. And then the multiple saves, but then this one to finish it off. Ronicky, you could tell Farah was not expecting him to use that flip there. caught out of position, and Tadpole just there on the goal line to make sure that goes in.
And that's the thing of those ceiling shots. When you get up there on the ceiling first, you fall off it, and you just really make the defense try and guess exactly when and where you're going to try and put that ball. And that was just beautiful execution from Ronicky, holding onto it as long as possible to really make the defense show their hand. Then he put it in a great spot. Actually, he put it in, and, Tadpole just stole it. But
it was, a secure. Chaussette with the dribble. Double commit. Fruity's going to put it off the ceiling down to Farah. Farah with the dribble. 50-50 off the ceiling again. These games have been low scoring, very close games. See if that changes here in game 4. Chaussette to the side. Tadpole up to Cassio. Cassio getting blocked out. Ronicky off the ceiling down, double tap, gets it set up for Tadpole. Farah able to get a slice of the ball. Fruity getting blocked by Cassio. Farah with the miss. Ronicky going for the backboard. Fruity with a touch. He's going to have to get another hit. And
just enough. You weren't sure if Fruity was going to be able to play enough damage control there, especially with that touch coming straight off the ceiling like that. Got just enough on that ball to kick it out to the side. That one slips through, though, and Tadpole takes it around his own net.
Farah doesn't get much on the challenge. He opts to just leave. Low boost. Cassio with the pass towards net. Farah back in time. PSG just always there in the nick of time, it seems.
I am actually thinking I favor Triple Trouble in this game 4, believe it or not, just because I feel like they've started playing far better Rocket League. And honestly, the biggest problem has been the shooting accuracy, as that one has turned aside as well. PSG looking for something here.
PSG with back-to-back shots. Now numbers advantage for Triple Trouble. Ronicky going for a dribble. Perhaps trying to get that pinch off the back wall to send it back to the middle. Cassio will get this out. Farah makes that read. Fruity. First touch, trying to keep possession. Chaussette. He'll get that out. Follows it up with a clear. Cassio back down. Farah trying to get it to Chaussette. Now Tadpole with enough boost. Goes for a flip reset, but he didn't get it. And now a launch back towards net.
And
Cassio
PSG continuing to steal away that corner boost as well, making it so tough for Triple Trouble to hang on to the ball. Nice play from Ronicky.
That looks like Fruity's low on boost. The flick doesn't happen. Tadpole was not able to make that flick come to fruition. Now Chaussette with a flick of his own. Doesn't get it by Ronicky, but Farah helps him out. Physical play in the corner. Fruity to Chaussette. Chaussette, the shot. That's going to be high. Down, and Fruity couldn't get the hit.
And thankfully, nobody there from PSG to follow up as well, because there was definitely a small window to go through. And look at them apply pressure. Great challenge from Tadpole. Again, 2 members of PSG beat by him now.
And he gets the boost steal. Farah will be low.
And the demo.
And the demo attempt on the goal line on Chaussette forced him out of net, but that net shot wasn't on target. Now Ronicky to the side. Fruity upfield. Tadpole there towards net. Chaussette getting dunked on to the PSG corner. Cassio. Now Ronicky is going back. Chaussette last on defense. Tadpole hits it off to the side. Farah.
I thought it was usually a pretty good touch from. Wait. What?
Cassio was on the goal line. Did he not have boost?
Wait. All right, hang on. Cassio, he had 23. Okay, so he knew that maybe it was going to go to the back post, and he thought he had time to back up and reposition. And unfortunately, instead of just playing it horizontal on the line.
And it was a scratch your head moment there from Cassio. Normally you see a player use the e-brake, swirl around and get back into position to make the play. And he just didn't do it. He was late to the ball, perhaps thinking he had more time than he did. Now, Triple Trouble having to respond here. Otherwise they're out, and the shot towards net saved from Cassio. Cassio, center ball. This one off the corner, bounces backwards. Tough bounce there for Triple Trouble.
Oh, they've got all of PSG too far forward, though.
And Tadpole, blocked by Farah, but Fruity had to come in. Farah. This one's going to go off the ceiling and down. Fruity trying to get this to the side. Ronicky with the touch. Cassio rolls it up the wall. Farah back down. Cassio center ball. Double commit from Triple Trouble, but Tadpole with a key 50-50 there. That'll buy some time. Tadpole with a miss. This one getting double tapped by Fruity.
And this is just great discipline from Fruity. There's no reason for him not to go for this double tap. If they clear the ball, they clear the ball. Don't try and go for the block. Go for your read. If they miss it, you'll put the ball in the net. So well done for Fruity sticking with that one. And he will deliver a big goal with 24 left.
Now they just have to hold on. Tadpole to Ronicky. Ronicky back to Tadpole. Tadpole, the shot into the upper 90. Tadpole.
Way to get one right back. Nice passing plays out of their own field, finding some space to work with. PSG actually kind of gave them a little bit. Nobody really picked up that slack on the midfield as they were rotating out. Space to work with, and finally it's not off the post or the bar, and it finds its way into the top left.
See a cheat from Ronicky. He's going to have to go back now. Final 10 seconds. Lofted towards net. Fruity doesn't get it far enough to the corner. Back to Cassio. Cassio scores!
A wonderful equalizer from Triple Trouble. Down but not out. And they find a big one. Fruity again charged with buying time. This time he doesn't get enough of the ball. And the pressure again comes through for Triple Trouble.
Oh! Talk about drama. Triple Trouble tying it up. And it's still not over yet. Cassio with a dribble. Doesn't get it by Fruity, but it's up in the air. Farah, shot towards net. Shot there. And Farah with the buzzer beater. PSG are moving on to day 2.
Gotta get a handle on it, but Farah puts a strong one, and Ronicky can't reach it.
What was that game? What was that game?
What was that series?
Oh my.
It was shots everywhere. PSG smiles all around, and everyone knows, all right.
Of course you're smiling after that. You dodged a bullet. You give up 2 goals in the final seconds of the game and then score the 0-second goal after Cassio has a dribble opportunity against Chaussette. That was crazy. I need more than a deep breath. I need a few minutes.
But if Farah knows, he's like, all right, guys, come tomorrow. We're going to fix a few things. And Fruta's like, hey, man, don't judge. Don't judge.
Oh, my. That was quite the series. And so we're going to all take a break after that one. We've got more great Rocket League action coming up after the break.
To escape. We'll take you home. When you're walking on the moon. Walking on the moon. Taste your happy place. It will change your groove. When you're dancing on the moon, dancing on the moon. When we dance again, all our trouble seems to fade away.
Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to the DreamHack Pro Circuit, coming to you live from DreamHack Valencia up in Spain. I am your host, Wade Dreadnought Penfold, and with me at the desk, I've got Turtle and Gibbs. Guys, I'm sorry. Half the reason I'm sitting here just not knowing how to introduce this is because that series was insane. Like, and I think I mean that in a complimentary sense. It was all over the place.
I bet for PSG, they're very happy they won that game at 0 seconds because we always talk about they don't know how to close out series, and that almost happened again in Game 4, but a 0-second clear. We see Chaussette fly to the ceiling and whatever.
I don't even know what that last goal even was, though. It was like PSG was in the lead. I was like, oh, it's over. Let's start figuring out what happened and why PSG won. And then all of a sudden they get scored on twice. And then the third goal just comes out of nowhere. Welcome to Rocket League.
Yeah, no, we're sitting in the back there and we see there's a chance, right? And then we get the tied up goal at the very end there and just sitting there going like, there's still a chance. Everybody's ready to walk away. And then somehow I don't even have words for the ending of that series. It was all over the place there, but PSG ends up reeling it out there with a 3-1 victory. Outside of the last moments, pretty controlled on their behalf.
Yeah, I felt like the early games, we got to see the new hatchback in action from Chaussette, making a lot of good plays, and it's the new car in the crate. Maybe a little pay to win here. I don't know.
And the aggression was there so much for PSG. Chaussette, the first game alone, had like 10 shots, but there wasn't that many goals scored for PSG. They had all the pressure. It just came down to finishing, and the last moment, thankfully, they were able to do it, even if it means Chaussette's flying straight to the ceiling.
Yeah, some highlight plays there, though. We saw the ceiling flip reset there, and great shot by Ronicky for the overtime winner. Yeah. But that series, man, I don't even know. Maybe we'll have to ask Fruity here. I don't know.
I have no idea what just happened. I'm like speechless.
Okay, so the last couple of seconds, I guess, out of that series, because like I was saying, for us in the back, we were all just like, what the heck is going on here? So what was it in-game from your guys' standpoint over the ending there of that series?
I mean, I'm just getting flashbacks to EG series back in Season 6. We had that 2-0, and then we lost it. So just closing it out, and the last goal, like Farrell's like trying to pass to José, he was just saying you, and then he scored, and we were like, what just happened here, you know?
Did Chaussette know that was going in? Because it looked like he just flew directly to the ceiling.
No idea.
He wasn't even close to the ball. I don't know what happened.
He had to have seen it or something, man. It was some next level plays there.
No.
I mean, I'm curious. You guys, we've seen all these roster shuffles over time, especially in Europe right now. This is the real big mix-up we're seeing. But you guys, constantly over so much time have stuck together. How much does that help you guys, just being loyal to each other and trusting?
I mean, it gives you that confidence and what can you say, comfort inside that you're safe because we're so connected now and loyal to each other that we've been playing for a while, and everyone is making shovels, and we have complete trust in each other. So that means that we can go into a tournament like this, relax, like no matter what the result is. Like we're just here to have fun, get a good result and end the season well. So it's a huge relief to have, especially in Europe right now.
Yeah.
It is really cool to be able to see that coming out from you guys and to be able to rely on some of that experience. And, it just with all of the results that we got out of Worlds and coming into this tournament and having so many different representatives, just curious, if you were to gauge, what do you think are some of the teams to be stand out and looking out for in this tournament? We know Renault Vitality's got to be one, especially with their performance so far. But is there anybody else maybe you expect to outperform themselves here in Valencia?
I hope, and I think NRG will, because of Fireburner's decision to step down. I also think Dignitas is scary with us, Astral. We haven't seen them play on the stage yet, and he can definitely bring something that not a lot of Europeans have. And he has more like an NA, the freestyle, like you never know where you have him. So it's scary to play against him.
Well, thank you very much for the insight there, Fruity, and congratulations on the victory. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, but when we come back, some more Rocket League action. It is going to be Mount Gang taking on the new Splice.